Did you know that one simple handshake between India and China could change the entire future of the world? That if Asia unites, America's power of sanctions, tariffs, even the dollar could lose its grip, and that our region could become not just the factory of the world, but also its brain, its bank, and its powerhouse. So stay with me till the end of the video because what I am going to share may completely change how you look at India's role in global politics. So hello everyone, my name is Sanya and I welcome you to today's video. In this session, we are not just talking about headlines or daily news, we are talking about the future of India, Asia, and the entire world order. And trust me, what you will hear today is something you don't usually get in regular TV debates or short news. So here is what we are going to uncover in this video. Why India and America's relationship is showing cracks. How Asia can stand up against Western sanctions and tariffs. Why India and China must resolve their border issues. What an Asian alliance of India, China, Japan, Korea, and Taiwan could look like. And finally, how this one vision could make the 21st century the true Asian century. So let's begin step by step and explore this bold idea. The world of politics is changing very fast, and once again, India is standing at an important turning point. Our relations with America are under stress. The US is now using tariffs, sanctions, and even the dollar to pressure countries like never before. As Prime Minister Modi prepares to meet Chinese Xi Jinping, India must think, should we continue depending on old Western partnerships or should we explore new Asian unity? The 21st century is called the Asian century. Our future does not lie in being dependent on the West, but in building a practical and independent partnership with countries like China, Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. If Modi and Xi can agree on cooperation and reconciliation, then with Japan, Korea, and Taiwan, India and China together can reshape the global order in ways the West cannot control. And this is not about giving up our sovereignty. This is about creating an Asian bloc strong enough to set its own rules in trade, technology, energy, finance, and even security. Let's talk about the challenges. The United States uses economic power as its weapons. It puts sanctions on countries. It raises tariffs on rivals. It uses the dollar as a choke chain to control the world economy. And we Indians has already felt the pain of sanctions in defense deals. China is facing restrictions in technology. Even US allies like Japan and South Korea sometimes feel bullied in trade matters. So this is actually not one country's problem. It is a structural problem. Alone, no Asian country can fight for it. But together, Asia has the power to push back. And yes, the biggest hurdle is the India-China border dispute. This issue has caused clashes, mistrust, heavy defense spending. But friends, sovereignty and dialogue can go hand in hand. Just imagine if both countries agree on a freeze. No new incursions, no new military structures, and step-by-step disengagement. And at the same time, they improve trade, technology, cooperation, and investments. This way, both sides can save huge defense costs and instead focus on industries, research and development, and also social development. So let's talk about the Asian strengths. Just try to imagine the strength of an Asian coalition where China and South Korea are hubs for electronics, solar power, EVs, and shipbuilding. India, which is strong in IT, digital services, skilled manpower, and manufacturing. Japan, which has world-class finance, robotics, and high-end technology. And also Taiwan leads in semiconductor design and production. Now put all of this together and see Asia covers everything from manufacturing and services to finance, chips, aerospace, energy, and also green technologies. This is already happening but in an uncoordinated way. If it is done in a structured manner, Asia could become unstoppable. So now let's talk about technology future. Just think about it, the Chinese batteries being made in India for the world. Indian IT firms joining hands with Taiwan's chip makers. And Japanese finance supporting Indo-Korean aerospace projects. And also an Asian payment system that reduces dependence on the dollar. So this is the future in Asia. That is not just the world's factory, but also its brain and backbone. So let's talk about the US tariff game. The West maintains its power by imposing tariffs. But imagine an Asian bloc with a joint response system. If the US raises tariffs on Indian or Chinese goods, then Asia together raises tariffs on Western, aerospace, pharma, and defense products. Instead of fighting each other, Asia acts as one giant market of 3.5 billion people with a GDP of $35 trillion. Such a bloc can set trade rules just like OPEC once controlled all prices. Now let's talk about the strategic role of India. In all of this, India plays a very special role because China faces Western hostility, Japan and Korea are tied to the US, but India, being the world's largest democracy, gives legitimacy to an Asian alliance. Because India also has strong relations with Africa, Southeast Asia and Latin America, plus our large domestic market makes us both a manufacturing hub and a consumer base. That is why India is not just a participant, it is the bridge that can connect Asia with the rest of the world. Now let's talk about the leadership of Modi and Xi Jinping. This is the moment for bold leadership. Modi and Xi Jinping must think beyond disputes and imagine Asia's next 50 years. Imagine a structured dialogue with border peace with dignity, technology sharing, an Asian tariff council, a common currency system, a joint infrastructure fund powered by Japanese capital, Indian manpower, Chinese tech, and Korean logistics. This would not only protect Asia from Western pressure but also create a new global order based on cooperation and not domination. And now the final call. Yes, challenges remain: mistrust, broader dispute, and Western interference. But the alternative is worse. Continued Western dominance, weak Asian economies, and vulnerability to sanctions. History shows crises bring opportunities. With India-US tension rising, this is India's moment to step forward as a leader. The 21st century belongs to Asia. The only question is, will Asia unite? Or will it remain divided? Friends, if India and China resolve their differences and lead together, then no Western power can ever dominate Asia. Because sanction will lose its power, tariff will lose its bite, and the dollar will lose its chokehold. So this is a moment to turn crisis into opportunity and build an Asia that is not just a region but the very heart of the global future. So what do you think? Should India take the bold step and lead Asia into this new future? Because this is not just about politics, this is about the future we will all live in.